What's up guys, Dhamrakshan here. If you're about to buy a used iPhone, well, in order not to get scammed, there are certain things that you can do to make the right purchase. So this video is 8 things to check before buying a used iPhone. The first thing to do is to check the frame and display. Now this is the easiest thing to do because it's just taking a look around the phone. If it's an iPhone 7 or something before that, take a look around the aluminum frame, and if you see minor scratches, it's not an issue. But if there is any dent in the body of the phone, I would strongly suggest to skip that. Now for the new iPhones like the iPhone 8 or above, since it has a glass back, if the back is shattered, don't buy it. And also the side frame, which can be aluminum or stainless steel, it should also be dent free. And about the display, you need to actually do a bit more with that, and that's first check whether it's broken, and if it's, don't buy it because replacing the display is pretty expensive with an iPhone. Then the next main thing is that if it's an LCD display like the one in the iPhone 6s, just examine the display in a black and also a white background. Check whether there is any uneven backlit areas because some LCD displays over time does get such an issue, and if you see that, then you shouldn't buy it. And for AMOLED displays, well, I don't have an AMOLED display iPhone, but it's used in the iPhone 10, 10s and the 11 Pro series, and in that displays, just check for burn-in. Nowadays, AMOLED display doesn't have such an issue, but sometimes based on certain usage pattern, there can be such a problem, and what burn-in does is that there will be a permanent impression of something like the keyboard or an image always on the background, and if you see such an issue, then skip that device. Now the second thing to check is the ports and buttons. Well, as you might already know, with most of the phones nowadays, there will only be a single port which is mainly for charging, and some also act like a headphone connection port. Now with the iPhone 7 or later, there is no headphone jack, but with the 6s and earlier, you get a headphone jack, so just check whether it's functioning, and most importantly, check the Lightning port. That's Apple's proprietary charging system, and to check if it's in good condition, connect the lightning cable and see whether it's loose or if there is any difficulty to plug it in, and also examine whether there is any dust particles clogged in, and if there is any such issue, the port might be damaged. Now for the buttons, well, usually iPhone buttons age very well, and therefore if you find any broken buttons, then surely skip that device. If it's the iPhone 6s or below, do examine the home button because it's one thing that breaks over time. So now to the third thing to check, which is the battery. This is a very important check that you should do. iPhone batteries did have some controversies in the past, especially with the iPhone 6s, and hence now you get an easy way to check whether the battery has any issues. All you have to do is go to settings, open battery, then click battery health, and there just check the maximum capacity. Now if the capacity is about 90%, then the phone still has plenty of charging cycles, and hence you won't be facing any battery issues. But if it's below 90%, like maybe 80% or something, then that battery is almost used to its peak, and sooner you might face battery troubles, and therefore I would strongly suggest to avoid such iPhones. Well, that takes us to the fourth factor, which is check the warranty status. Now with iPhones, checking the warranty status is very easy. All you have to do is search Apple Warranty Check in Google and click the first link. I will leave that link in the description section below, and as you can see, you need to enter the serial number of the phone. Well, the serial number is available in the Settings app, and in that go to General and choose About, and there you can see the serial number. Just copy that and paste it in the space in the website and hit continue, and you can see whether this is a genuine iPhone as well as the warranty status. So please do this process if you're about to get a second-hand iPhone. Well, the next thing to check is the speakers. This is a simple process because just play a music or a video and check whether the speaker is working properly. This is one of the straightforward checks that you can do. Similarly, the next thing to do is also a simple thing, and that's the camera check. Well, here all you need to do is to examine the camera for any scratches or other issues, and after that open the camera app and click some pictures. Now if everything is working good, you should be able to capture good images without any grains. Now to the seventh factor, which is SIM and calling. This is again a very important thing that I recommend you must do. Well, for this, insert your SIM and make a call. I mean, inserting our own SIM does give us an idea whether that iPhone is SIM locked, and making calls does help to figure out how the microphone and earpiece is working. So that takes us to the last step, which is check whether the iPhone is Apple ID locked. Even though this is the last thing to do, it's a very important thing. Now to check it, all you have to do is to go to Settings, choose General, and in that choose Reset, and there choose the option Erase All Contents and Settings. Now when you do this, if any person has been logged in with their Apple ID, you need to enter the password for that ID and wait for the whole reset process to finish and the device to boot up back again. Now by doing this, you have actually wiped out all the information of the previous user, and if someone is trying to scam you with a locked iPhone, you can be safe. Well, these are some of the main things that I usually follow when checking a second-hand iPhone, and I do recommend everyone who is looking to buy a second-hand iPhone to follow all these steps so that you won't be scammed and you will be having a pretty good phone which will last you for a good amount of time. That's all for this video guys. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and also do subscribe to the channel for such contents. See you again in the next one. Till then, bye.